for the export of data, we first have to make sure that our timing files reflect the values that we want to export. So we probably don't want everything exported, but just specific intervals. And so right now the timing files, the way they look right now, they are not in the right format because they just give us the beginning of a condition, and in this case they just give us the end of the marker. But really what we want is the beginning of the interval where we want to start exporting, and here the end of the interval where we want to stop exporting. And this timing file modification can be done in many different ways. ANSLAB has a function built in somewhere here, tools, timing file modification, that does something like that. I sometimes use an Excel file where I input that information on one page and then use Excel to, move cells around and add seconds, or use MATLAB to modify those timing files, and I've modified those here, and it looks like this, and if we position. So now focus on that line that corresponds with this. So I do second by second exports. So this is second 1 of the stimulus, second 2 of the stimulus, second 3, and before the onset of the stimulus I have 2 seconds of baseline. So out of this file I made this file, and this file then gives me second by second means for all the conditions I want, and sorted by condition. So these are the modified timing files, but they have the same file names. So what I do is I save the original timing files into a subfolder here, so that I don't overwrite them with the modified ones in case I want another modification later. So I move them here, and now we get the modified timing files and move them into the raw folder, so that we now now we have all the modified timing files right next to the original file, and we have all the result files in the result subfolder. So then what ANSLAB's going to do is it's going to take the timing information, take the result file, open the result file, and compute means within each segment as defined in the timing file. And those are going to be exported in a text file. And this text file can then be read in Excel, moved around a little bit, and then imported into SPSS. Well, first we have in the options, we have to define what we want to export. So in the options there is value export. Here we define what we want to get. So we want to do the EDA now, and we just want to get the skin conductance. So that's what it's going to export, and we want just means. We could get standard deviations, min and max, we could get all kinds of things, but that's usually taking a lot of computing time, and most of the time we just use the mean. And so that looks fine. So let's take a short batch file. So now we need a batch file of the ACQ files. And oh yeah, That's what we have here. So even though ANSLAB takes the result files, which are in our .mat file, it doesn't show the extensions, we still load a batch file with the ACQ file. Okay, and then we do the statistic export, and we do the extended value export, and save the result file to stats. Save, and now we choose the subfolder where the result files are living. So, okay, now it starts reading, and we got the result already. So this is the text file, and we have for each segment we have a mean for skin conductance, which is negative here. That's sort of a problem subject. That's not a true value. So those are skin conductance values. And then this text file we will then go on and import in Excel.